for sure. Enjoy. Thank you. Let me see if it's actually streaming. Let me see if it's actually streaming. Hey, look at that. Let's see. Let us see. Mm-hmm. All right. It looks like it's 6:30. You know what that means. That means it's 6:30. It means it's dinner time. So how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Steve Square Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K, coming to you live from the Bat Cave of the Jim and Jims. The show is sponsored by the Jims, another proud non-sponsor of the Steve Square Show. Anything said on this show is by no way authenticated by the Jims. They do not. All they do is sponsor the space. So how's everybody doing today? Did you have a good weekend? No? It was a beautiful weekend. Saturday was gorgeous. I'll tell you what I did in a minute. How about Sunday? Did you do anything? No? Maybe go to the beach, do a little fishing, a little wave running, a little kayaking, maybe go down to the pier with somebody you love or hate. Either of the both is just as good. We're going to have probably a caller in, and you know who calls in during the show. Steve Rhino. So let's see, what did I do this weekend? I'm a little bit frazzled because you know me, I can't do a show without my news day. Another proud non-sponsor of the Steve Square Show, but I don't know what I did. I was so completely disarrayed today. I've been running around and I forgot. I didn't forget. Let me rephrase that. So what had happened was, and this is a bad habit I'm getting in. I was carrying my backpack in my back, and when I got here, it was like completely open. So I'm sure, 100% sure, when I start walking back to my car, I'll see pieces of it all over the street. Probably just fell out. That's just the way I live. Disorganized, like a child. But I'm working on it, okay? Anyway, it's August already. This is our first August show. And I'm already, the August weather feels better than June and July. It was had 2 wonderful days. Today was a little humid, but pretty nice. Not like that flood we had on, was it Thursday? Oh my gosh, what a terrible storm. I hope you all made it out of that, right? I had a canoe home. But you know, we made it. I don't have Jeff with me. He's MIA. This is Steve. Who knows where Steve is? God only knows where Steve is. I'll tell you what happened, why I'm disarrayed. So I took my mom. She was getting a tooth pulled. They also say extracted. Um, uh, pulled sounds doesn't tooth pulled. Extracted sounds like a process. It sounds nicer, more professional, right? You don't want you had a tooth extracted. You don't want it pulled. Pulled sounds so much more painful. And I'll tell you, boy, back in the day, they used to. Now it's like piece of cake, bing, bang, boom. So I took my mom. She went in. She was very nervous until she got the nitrous oxide, her favorite thing in the world. My mom enjoys that. Some people like to have, you know, a glass of wine after work, something. Maybe you know, in the weekends you have a beer or something. Like my mom enjoys her nitrous oxide. Oh boy. So she tells the dentist, make sure you give me plenty. And wasn't a big deal. It wasn't something that had to be, you know, here's, I'm going to do some calling out. I'm not going to say the name of her original dentist that sent her to do this. But this is a game that I like to call out things for what they are. So in the original dental appointment, she's got this loose tooth. I mean, if she took a bite out of macaroni and cheese, if she took a bite out of whipped cream sandwich, this thing is falling out. It's hanging by a thread. So the dentist says, I don't want to do this. You got to go to the oral surgeon. I'm like, then what do you do? Oral surgeon? I can take it out with a string. Pull it right out. I said, Mom, let me do it for you. I'll save you the money. Let's do it. I'll give you all the gas you want. No. So we have to schlep ourselves to the oral surgeon, which is another, feat in itself. Sit in another room, wait, because you have to go to make another appointment, go to, how those waiting rooms are. They were nice here. Of course they are, because they take no coverage, no insurance. I think this is my theory. So I asked the dentist, I said, well, if you won't, what do you do exactly? We always see the dental hygienist, she does the cleaning. We know where she stands in the pyramid, the hierarchy, the totem pole of dental activities, dental responsibilities. We know what a hygienist does. She does cleanings, right? So the dentist, what does he do exactly? Because if there's a root canal problem, he sends you to where? He sends you to the periodontist, right? When you have that kind of stuff. And then when there's a tooth or something, he sends you to the oral surgeon, right? So then you need braces, you go to the orthodontist. And then you need gums, that's the endodontist. So what I'm asking this guy, I'm just curious, what do you do? It said, except send people to other dentists and then charge for that. He goes in with the little mirror. I hate that mirror. They've never found something better than the mirror on the thing. Okay. That'll be $800. I mean, come on. I'm calling this out for what it was. Fraud. Fraud. Anybody could have taken that out. I said, Mom, look. Bite on the other side for a day. Let's get this thing out. But no, they have to do the whole thing. And then she comes out with the ice pack. But she was a trooper. She did a good job. We rewarded her. She's got some nice ice cream and a ICEA bowl, which, by the way, did you hear what's going on with ICEA? Apparently they're tariffing. That's the new word. Tariff. I like tax, but tariff. Tomato, whatever. So they have this tariff on ICEA, the fruit, which is what is going to now put all the bougie people in a disarray, because they're the ones, it's either the kids or the bougie people that go into these little herbal holistic shops that say acai bowl. Nobody still knows how to say the word. It's been years now of getting these mushy bowls of dry dreck, and still nobody knows how to say the word. It's acai, ICEA bowl. So anyway, she's having a little bit of that, but so they're saying the price is going to go up on these things. It's already expensive. It's cut banana, a little acai, some goji berries, a little honey, and all of a sudden you're paying $12.99. Everything is ridiculous. It's just the prices of everything are just outlandish. I'm fed up. A good thing that a good can of Celsius hasn't changed its price. Did you hear what happened with Celsius? Check this out. So Celsius manufactures their drink in the same plant that a hard seltzer company does, which is, what a hard seltzer is. It has vodka in it. It's not a major drink. You could buy it in a 7-Eleven or what have you. But apparently what they did was the old switcheroo. And by accident, in the Celsius cans, they put this hard seltzer vodka-based drink. And people were buying Celsius. And you do the math. So that became a whole big thing. And I'm telling you, it's a good thing. Good thing Celsius doesn't share a factory with like a cyanide company. Right? Oh my God, you know what? We switched the cyanide. We put in the Celsius cans. Oops, our bad. I mean, what this is what I'm talking about. Irresponsibility. Not taking, you know, responsible for what you're doing. It's just terrible. I apologize for last week. We had a little that, and this is not why you don't see Jeff. It's not like I fired Jeff. I let him have it though, but I didn't. I kept him on staff. But I told him. I said this is 2 weeks in a row. First we had the cricket problem. You remember the cricket problem? Then fast forward, we had the show crashed in 40 minutes in. Now I'm not going to blame Jeff per se. I'm still investigating. I still have my investigation. So once we have a full and transparent, another big word that people like to use, transparency. When we have another report, then I'll hang Jeff out to dry. But only then will I do that. Not yet. I'm not that kind of guy. I like Jeff. He's a good guy. Till he messes up the show. Oh my gosh. The great Lonnie Anderson. Oh boy, she passed away. All these celebrities are dropping like flies. What is going on here? She was 79 years old, days before her 80th birthday. Part of a cast that was, I know if Steve calls in, he'll discuss this. What a cast and what a show. WKRP in Cincinnati. Such a great show. And I'll tell you, again, news radio, which was a Phil Hartman, Joe Rogan vehicle. Joe Rogan, if you look up, everybody knows Joe Rogan from his podcast now. He's become enormous. But if you know, Joe Rogan was a stand-up comic. He did sitcoms, and he was on a great show, News Radio, which Phil Hartman was great on. And it was just, I think Maura Tierney was on that show as well. It was such a great cast. And it was set in a newsroom or like a radio show, news radio. It's kind of like but WKRP was at least a decade, if not more. Yeah, news radio was in the 90s. WKRP was like in the late 70s, early 80s. And if you remember, that was such a great show. I mean, the cast was incredible. They had such great, you remember Les Nessman. Les was the squirrely guy that did the news reports, but he was so terrible at it. And they had Dr. Johnny Fever. He was always like this beatnik from the 60s days, but he was still doing radio. Venus Flytrap, he was great. So they had a great, and of course, the center of it, who kind of was this blonde bombshell, but really was the heartbeat of she ran the engine, so to speak, but did it in a kind of Marilyn Monroe, Jean Harlow, Jane Mansfield, let us not forget, way, where she kind of, played the strings with everybody. And she was so great, Lonnie Anderson, as, I believe her name on the show was, I know her last name, I think it was Jennifer Harlow, but I forget her. And speaking of the devil, this gentleman will be able to answer the question. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him on. Hey, you're on the Steve Squared Show.
As God is my witness, I would have sworn that turkeys could fly.
One of the great, if not greatest episode in TV, not just WKRP, but might be one of the top 5 sitcom episodes of all time. Steve, help me out. Lonnie Anderson's character's name was Jennifer Harlow? I can't think of her.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's something, I don't know if it's Jennifer. I know it was Harlow, but it was such a great show. It's not a...
It was Jennifer, wasn't it?
Could have been. So. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I'm right. We're right. So, Steve.
Yes, Jennifer Marlowe.
Marlowe, okay. So, you're not going to believe this. I get to the gyms. Mm-hmm. I say hello to Astro. Do my hellos.
He killed you.
No, I'm alive and well. Thank you for asking.
He stared at you.
He's always great. I get my notebook out for the show, and I'm looking feverishly, and I cannot find my Newsday paper. All the headlines that I have.
Do you want me to go on to the website? I
Uh,
can,
it's
maybe feed some things that you might
it's
be interested in.
it's I mean it's just I just I you know what fit I had before this show, Steve will be the only one that'll appreciate the fit I had, the fit of rage. Steve has seen my fits of rage,
Oh, good God, yes.
which is the title of my next book, Fits of Rage, the Stevie K
Wish
story.
that, wouldn't wish that for anyone to have to experience.
Now, it was only tantamount to the time I got pulled over on the Seaford Oyster Bay. Steve was with me then, and I beat the hell out of the dashboard. Uh, so yes, I have been known to have fits of rage. This jocular, smiling, easy come, easy go, friendly guy, yes, has a dark side. Would you call it a dark side?
Yeah, no other way to describe it.
There is no other way to describe it. So I'm doing the show Newsday List, and I had some great stuff. The Stray Cats are coming to town or performing again.
Yes.
Did you hear this? Give me a little info on this because I remember that was something I wanted to. Where all three?
Yeah, all three.
Now I know there was Brian Setzer. Let me see if I get this right because I know you know them. Was the other guy Jim Phantom?
Slim Jim Phantom, that's right.
Slim Jim. Now he was the bass or the drummer?
I think it was the bass, I think,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. And who was the third?
It was Lee Rocker.
Lee Rocker. Now I think Lee Rocker was the
No, Slim
bass.
Jim was the drummer.
Slim Jim was the drummer. Lee Rocker
Now
was
I'm looking
definitely
it up, yeah.
yeah.
She was the drummer. She
Right.
know better.
Now it was the three of them, but when they did the records and performed, it had to be more playing. They didn't just the three of them play.
Yeah, it was just the three of them. There wasn't anything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was just a basic rockabilly, very, very raw, basic rockabilly sound.
Now I know two of their songs. Now again, this is another Massapequa vehicle. Not the Stray
Yes.
Cats are from Massapequa, as we know. Now where are they gonna get together and perform? And how old are they? This is the beauty of music. It never you can always go back. You can't do that in sports. You can't be like 60 years old and say, let's play on the Yanks again. Let's-
I think they're like in their mid 60s or something.
yeah, that old? Yeah, Brian Setzer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now I know Brian Setzer had a great solo career, obviously.
Yeah, he has. He's on, he has an orchestra, big band orchestra, yeah.
So he's done pretty well. So this has got to be more. This is better, and you're seeing this a lot happen. Beyonce just, performed with the other children from Destiny's Children. Actually, that was an after-school Hallmark movie. that was. I'm thinking of Destiny's Child.
Of course.
So now, Steve, I want to give you a referral. Have you ever needed a tooth pulled, or have you
I
ever?
have at times, yes.
Have you ever had a tooth pulled?
Yes.
Now, I had to take. I was just saying before you got on. I was telling my mom, telling everybody that I took my mom today for a tooth pulling, or as they like to call it, an extraction process.
Yes, that's what they call it.
And I went to Dr. Siegel's office.
Oh,
The
okay.
great, the great Dr. Siegel, who is long retired.
Yes.
He was great. He had the old Raleigh fingers mustache.
Yes.
The
He
curl.
did, but I think that's the first time I had a tooth pulled. And he was just talking to me, friendly, very nice.
Right.
Had his hands in my mouth, very nice, having a discussion. All of a sudden, it was gone. Didn't feel a thing.
Now, I believe he might have. I had Dr. Mazzy once do a tooth extraction for me. He was very nice. My mom today had Dr. Glazier, which I want to give him a shout out. We have a lot of people that watch the show that always ask me, do you have somebody good that can pull a tooth? And Dr. Glazier did a great job. My mom was very happy with him. She said his gas was excellent. Great.
You have experience with gas in other places, you're saying.
Oh, sure. She said his gas was right up there. Some of the best gas you'll get on Mass in Long Island.
Yeah.
Now, I was raging. Again, I was raging because this was a very loose tooth on my mom. Very loose. So when I went now, I can't say the name of the, I don't want to say the name of the dental practice. But when, and you know who it is. They are a boutique.
Boutique practice. That's right.
And when I
They
went,
won't. They don't want. They don't want to see your insurance money.
and when I went there initially, they, with my mom, they said, no, we're not going to pull it. We're going to send her to the oral surgeon. And I just had a problem with that because I said, well, what do you do? I was just saying this before you got on because
Oh, they clean your teeth.
no, the hygienist cleans your teeth. And the endodontist does gum work, and the periodontist does your root canal, and the orthodontist does braces. So what is this guy doing? What is he doing, Steve?
No,
Other than sending you out to other people to do the work. You know,
I don't know.
I don't send other people out to do the Steve Squared show.
Yes, you do. When I'm not there, you get your. You have
That's true.
a barn of
That's true. I always have
second string.
I always have backups. I always have backups. Boy, I don't know if you can see the show, but the picture behind me is gorgeous. They have a beautiful.
Is that looks has a Tiffany look to it?
It does, right? That's a gold. I love the backdrop
Is that
here.
a dog?
Let me see.
It kind of look like a dog's mouth, but it's not.
It's not, but you're right. It's got feet. It almost has. It does have feet or something. I don't know what you would call it.
It looks a lot like Astro's eyes.
It does look a lot like Astro.
It's that one eye is like it's swirling.
So
I don't want to stare directly.
don't
at it.
stare to it. So ask me this weekend what I did.
Steve, what did you do this weekend?
So
I don't know.
like you didn't know. Well, it's the lead-in. So I did my second review. As remember, the first one was Emily's A View from the Bridge, Arthur Miller, and I gave her a great review.
I'm really jealous. I couldn't go to this.
I
weekend.
know.
This is
I'm
exciting.
sorry. So I went.
That's my fun. I wish I could go.
Yeah, we'll go to another one. We'll go. I went to see. I reviewed A Bronx Tale. Now I don't even have. I'm so upset because I wish I had the playbill with me. I'm just such a mess today. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody. But this was at the Belmore Playhouse, or as they call it, Showplace, where they do movies. You know where it is, right by the train station.
The show place isn't that you call your bedroom the show place, don't you?
That is true. But this is the Belmore Showplace.
Oh, okay.
There's many show places, Steve. So they now the show was really good. It was a musical. It was a musical, so I had to get used to, getting involved. Like the show was, it was really good. It was just pretty much in line with the movie, only with a lot of singing, an enormous amount of singing.
Did you do a lot of dancing, like a lot of
Yeah, not a lot, but some choreographed. I wouldn't call it dancing.
Sharks dancing.
Not West Side Story dancing. This wasn't West Side Story dancing. This was movement. I would call it more movement, but it was choreographed well. I mean, it's just so much you could do with the space. Now I have one problem. So I come to review the show. Now this was a big weekend because for both shows, Saturday and Sunday, guess who was there? You'll never guess. I'll give you one guess. You'll never, ever, in a million trillion years, guess who came to this show Saturday and Sunday, both days. You'll never, ever, ever, ever guess.
To a Bronx Tale.
To this show, A Bronx Tale. You'll never guess. I don't even think you should. Go ahead.
I'll take a guess.
Take one. I'm only giving you one guess.
All right, could it be Chaz Palminteri?
Steve. He got it. And the great I thought you might say Bob De Niro. The great What am I in? What am I in? Belmore?
You literally gave me a pre-interview for today's show, which is which is usually what I don't usually get.
I don't like to do. You're right. I don't like to do that.
These are all answers I know already.
I really gave Steve a heads up. But
Give me a
yes,
heads up.
this was the Chaz Palminteri, and he was going to be there for Saturday and Sunday. He was doing a Q&A after the show. Was remarkable. And he was great. He looked great. He was funny. He just didn't mail it in. Um, he was really good. He really did. I'll tell you what was really cringe about the whole thing.
Uh,
He was, yeah, there was some cringe, but the show was good. It was a musical. The kid, now it was interesting. They used I couldn't even tell, but the one that played young C or Cologio
right.
as a boy was played by an actress. I don't have her name. Again, I don't have her name in front of me because I don't have the playbill. She was very good.
Oh,
She wore a Yankee cap, and she was. I didn't even know it was a girl until I looked at the playbill,
okay.
and she was, very good. But the guy that played, again, I apologize, that played C, the older Cologio, he was fantastic. He was a good singer. He narrated. He was really, really captured him. I thought he was the best. Here's my couple of problems I had. First off, right off the bat, I'm coming to review the show. You want to take care of that person, the reviewer. Give them the best seat in the house. They have all theater seating, and they put me on a stool. Do you believe that, Steve? On a stool.
Do they know who you are?
I said, "Am I here?" They said, "Yes." Oh, they were, and the way they made it was like I had a special seat. They were like, "Oh my God!" It was like they were like, I said, "I'm here to," and they said, "Yes, we have your name right. Oh, you'll be whatever. Put me." And then I got to the thing. What is this? A stool? This is unacceptable.
Wow.
But there are no. What do they say? There are no big reviewers, only small reviewers. There are no Siskel and Eberts.
So how was the music though?
The music, the sound, the
The
sound.
sound. Okay, let's talk about the sound. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
this.
different thing from what the music is.
Yes. Well, the music is going to be great. It's Alan Menken,
Yes, I mean,
so you
yeah,
you can't go wrong. It was
I
Alan
mean,
Menken's.
without Mencken, that he took, you know, all the stuff he's done before.
Right. So for those of you who are not maybe theater or show people, Alan Menken did Little Shop of Horrors. He does all your Disney stuff. He's all your
Little
probably famous
Mermaid,
stuff.
Beauty and the Beast,
Everything. Yeah. He's the guy.
Aladdin,
He's the go-to guy. You need a song for a Disney or a Broadway or something. He
right?
pumps it out in 2 minutes. So
Mhm.
that was not a problem. The problem was a little bit with the sound. Now, I get it. It's very hard, especially when you're doing a musical in these places. It was hard to hear, a little bit muffled. You couldn't hear the dialogue, little bit. Now, should I? I'm writing the review up. I haven't submitted it yet. Should I write that? What do you think, Steve? Should I write that on the review, or am I asking too much of a local production? Am I being a little fussy?
No, I'm sure they worked hard. I mean, the
That's what I mean.
Playhouses.
Oh, it was great. It really was. Absolutely. That's why I don't like to say anything negative, because I really just focus on the positive, because they used a video screen. They set up like a stoop, and then they had a video screen behind it, the stoop. And then they had a street sign that had Webster Avenue, Belmont Avenue. And it was, they did doo-wop, and they did the sounds and the songs, and one other thing that bothered me, and again, I don't know if I should write this. I probably won't. But the guy that played Sonny,
Mhm.
okay? Now him, I think I know his name, Tony Chiaffo. He was pretty good. He actually would have been better if he was playing Jay Leno. He was a spot on Jay Leno. He had that,
Wow.
that Jay Leno talk, like, Jesus, what are you gonna talk about? Like that kind of, well, the way Jay talks, and I couldn't not think of Jay Leno when he talked. But he's out in his character in the suit and everything, and he starts talking about the PAL, and he's talking about fundraising, and he's talking about exits, and he's doing all of the minutia, the pre-show minutia that should be done by somebody else. I think. I think it's a little wonky to have one of the stars do it and then go into the show. What's your opinion?
I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you the truth.
Well, what do you think about that in general? If as a general rule, would you want your star of the show doing exit announcements and shutting off your phone?
Well, I guess they do it in character.
No,
Oh,
no. That's what I'm saying.
well,
It's
maybe if he did it in character, it would have been a little more
it would have been cute.
interesting.
It would have been a little more interesting and a little cuter if he came out and did a little shtick, absolutely. But it was too long because he had to talk about fundraising and they were doing a 50-50 raffle. Because, Stephen, not only was Chaz Palminteri there, and you would think that would draw in the people, but there was somebody else there. There was somebody else that trumps, tops.
Well, it's too obvious to say it was Donald Trump.
Yes, no, that was no. Donald could not make this production. He was not there. I know he wanted to.
Can I take a guess? And this is a guess because
Yo,
we have not talked about this
I
at all.
I
So
would. This will be a real guess because what do you think?
I would say it's the Mooch, Anthony Scaramucci.
No, good guess.
It was a good guess.
Now this is someone that we both know not intimately. That's a weird word. We both know personally. You have
I think I know now.
you have known a lot longer than me.
I've known Tony Walker.
The Tonester, Tony Walker, was there. He sends me. I look at my phone. It says a text message. He goes, "Don't cause any trouble tonight." And I like, what? Why is Tony texting me? How does he know? I'm like looking around, and then he texts me. He's in the show, in the audience. He was with his wife. He is the head of the PAL
All right.
that was doing this big fundraising, and he came up on stage and spoke. So,
Oh,
which
it's great.
yeah, was very nice, and I said hello to him, and really, really cool. And he said, "Where's Steve?" He's like, Don't you two travel together?"
Wow.
So I asked him, but so I said no. But so they did the show. So afterwards, they do a little Q&A. So Chaz Palminteri comes out, and the cast that sits on the stage, and the audience is there, and he's he looked good. He's 71 years old. He looked great, sounded great, funny, and so they do questions and answers, and they had the questions already asked in the iPad of the guy that played Sonny was kind of the moderator, and he would say, "Oh, is so and so here? Stand up." And you can ask your question, or he would ask the question and then tell them if there's a follow-up you can ask, and they would give the person the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So the second one, he goes, "What inspired you to write this show?" That's from Donna in Belmore. "Is there a Donna here?" So the woman raises her hand. She's very Long Island out, a big boofy blonde hair, dressed to the nines, Long Island dressed to the nines.
Oh.
Very tan, very Long Island, very South Shore, very very Belmore. So
Sure.
he says, "Oh well, this was my life, and that's what inspired me." He goes, "I really wasn't getting parts, so I said I'm gonna have to write my own part, and I was knocking around, wasn't getting real what I wanted, and so there you go." So she grabs the mic and she goes, "You have inspired me, and I wrote my own one-woman musical about my life. And it's won awards all over Long Island. I won Best Female One-Woman Show at the Our Lady of the Worthless Miracle Church Festival." And she starts stringing her credentials. So now it's getting cringy, but it's not the biggest cringe yet. She has an envelope in her hand, Stephen. a manila envelope. And she walks up to the stage and she goes, I
Oh my
want,
God.
she goes, can you read my musical and produce it? She goes, I want you
My
to read
word.
it. Here,
Oh my
here.
God.
And the whole place silenced. And the moderator was kind of like laughing a little. And Chaz was like, "What? What is this?" And she goes, "And there's a letter for you in there too." But she's like, You're gonna love it. You're gonna want to do this. I'm telling you, you're gonna produce this, Chaz." And he goes, "What? What is in here?" And she goes, "It's my story, my musical." So he goes, "I can't look at that." He goes, "I have things in production." He goes, "I'm not allowed legally to look at any other work."
Right.
So he wouldn't even take it. It was so awkward. But she goes, "Really? Come on." And she kept nagging him. And I was like, ugh.
Oh my
Now,
God.
yes, there are places to be aggressive. And there's always those stories of how you make it in the business by not taking no. This was not the place. It was not the place. It was not the place.
No. No.
To have this guy who came down to answer a few questions, nice, bother him like that.
Oh, that's awkward.
It was very awkward. And I felt for Chaz. But he was like, he
And
just,
then you proceeded to bring out your pilot script of Dumbbells.
I said this. That's exactly right. I said, this is ridiculous. Hi, I'm Stevie, Funny Man Stevie K. You might have heard of my podcast show. And I was wearing my dumbbell shirt. I said, Chaz, you would be great as the salesman in dumbbells. But no, I have
I
tact.
could see that.
I didn't do that. I was tempted, but no. I thought he would play a great Jack LaLanne in the Jack LaLanne story.
Yes.
But in all seriousness aside, did you see the Ed Sullivan documentary thing that just dropped?
I just watched it the other night.
Right. So Ed Sullivan is in the conversation now. Because of this. If I was writing this biopic of his life or of a movie of Ed Sullivan, Chaz Palminteri would be great because I don't know if he's 71, but the pictures, they look exactly alike. There's a picture where the two of them look just alike. And I don't know if Ed Sullivan probably obviously wasn't Italian or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Chaz,
He's Irish.
yeah, Chaz is an actor. He could do it. But they looked, there's a picture where the two of them look identical. And I just thought of that would be great for Chaz. So I'm working on the Ed Sullivan story. What do you think?
Anything's possible? Is
Any,
that the name of it?
that's the name. Anything's possible too. Well, hey, if James Cameron can write the fifth Avatar, I could do a second Anything is Possible.
Why not? Make it a series.
I should. And you know what? There is a spot for you if I do the Ed Sullivan movie. You could be that guy that did the what's the Mio Fuentes? Who's the guy that did the with the you're okay? You're okay.
What's that? I don't know.
On the Ed Sullivan show, he would do the hand puppet,
Senior Wences.
Senor Wences. You would be a good Senor Wences or the guy that used to spin the plates.
Thanks.
I'd get you in there.
Thanks a lot.
I'd get you in there. Don't think I wouldn't. You're totally in there. So anyway, The Bronx Tale was. Now, did you ever see the Broadway version or his one-man show?
I never saw it, the
Oh,
Broadway version or the one-man show.
me neither, but it must have been good. But I would say this was good for a Long Island production. And again, you have to look at the lens through which you're watching it. And for what it was good. The actors were very good. They were good. I mean, they were all really good. They really put their heart and soul, gave a really nice show. I mean, I would pay to, if you wanted to go see it, we could do that. The tickets weren't even, I mean, I looked at the prices. They're like $30. But it was a nice show.
Yes.
And Steve, if we did go, right next door is the third rail.
Oh, the third rail, of course.
So I'm just saying, there's always
But what are you gonna do at the third rail?
well, there's always, you can always do something at the third rail before the show.
See, I don't know.
It's a pub. It's a sports pub.
I know what it
You
is.
know what it is.
What do you want to do? Take a few shots, or
Oh no, 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 no.
little sniffs here and there.
They have a giant pretzel there. I looked at their menu. They have a giant pretzel.
Oh, a giant pretzel. Yes, you're gonna eat that.
I would have. I like the giant pretzel.
You like to talk about it. You like to look at it, but no, don't touch.
Don't touch. Hey, that's a line from a movie. That's from Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie, when the guy playing Jerry Lee Lewis, he goes, "You can talk about it, you can look at it, but don't touch it. Don't even think about touching it." Now, did you see? Don't tell me you saw Naked Gun yet.
Okay, I won't say I saw Naked Gun yet.
Did you?
I said no, I did not see that.
Oh, I thought you did. Are you interested to see Naked Gun?
No.
You don't know, or
Maybe.
you maybe? It's a very quick movie. It's an hour and 25 minutes.
A lot of movies should be like that.
I agree. Now, you know my feelings. I didn't feel this was the greatest. I do like Liam Neeson. I just don't know if this is his bag. But whatever.
Tell me you saw it.
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. It just came out Friday. But I didn't. And now everybody's talking about him and Pamela Anderson in a little.
It looks like they're having just a little fling.
I think they're doing it for the promotion of the movie. It's what I think. I don't think I mean, he's 73. She's 58. Not that the age matters, but.
I mean, I don't think that's not an age big.
No,
age
I mean,
at this point.
No, 15 years, but a little bit, because if you're in your 50s to date someone in their 70s, that's a little weird.
Yeah, look, she.
But I know.
She had her life with the. She's a grown up now.
Yes, she is told. And you know what? She's actually kind of going to get a lot of roles now. She's a good actress. And
yes, she definitely is.
And she's smart, and she played that Baywatchy thing for a while, and obviously the videos. But she's I like her.
I do too. I've spoken. We've spoken. We have spoken.
Who has spoken?
Me and Pamela Anderson.
Really?
Yes.
When you were at Current Affair?
Yes.
Oh my God! Tell me, when did you speak to her? What happened?
She did.
What?
We had some words. A little chit chat.
Did you interview her, or like a?
We did a little interview. Wasn't much.
Now, where was she doing Baywatch at the time?
Yes, it was actually a big junket. It was the 100th episode of Baywatch.
Nice.
And it was a big deal, of course, back then.
Oh, sure.
That was like the #1 show in the world.
I loved Baywatch. You can only if you talk about it. First of all, you get yourself some David Hasselhoff. You would be off the charts right there.
Well, I talked to him even longer. I spoke to him for about 20 minutes.
You see, this is why
he stuck with me for so long.
This is why Steve brings a different element that no one else could bring to the Steve Squared Show. I can't bring it. No one can bring it.
Because I've spoken to David Hasselhoff.
Because you've spoken to David Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson. Right there. That should win you a Hobie Award. Now, what did David have to say?
Well, it was just off the cuff, and basically I just had to get some footage and some sound bites, and so I just thought of everything I knew about David Hasselhoff, everything from the kit car right up to how the Germans love your singing, and how he sang on Berlin Wall. I talked about that with at the forum with the Berlin Wall. So I had
Wow.
a lot to talk about, and he was terrific. He was very responsive. I wish I had the videotape, the raw videotape. It was one of
Oh.
my great career highlights of
Oh
my
my
life.
God. That's now you know my favorite David Hasselhoff role. Let's see if Steve knows me very well. What
David Hasselhoff, that was a great role.
what would my favorite role of David Hasselhoff's be? And I'll clue you in. It's not Baywatch,
I figured that
and it's not
was your
Night, and it's
answer.
not Knight Rider.
And his singing doesn't count, right?
What?
And his singing career doesn't count.
No, no, no. This wasn't a singing thing.
I don't know. Think of what I can't imagine what.
It was only a cameo, but it was his a great cameo in the movie Dodgeball. Do you remember
And
it?
believe it or not, I have not seen Dodgeball.
Oh my God! How I'm hanging up on you right now. How could you? You've never seen Dodgeball?
I have not seen.
Oh my God! Watch the scene. YouTube the scene of David Hasselhoff in Dodgeball. It's hard to explain, but basically, Vince Vaughn is running a gym called Average Joe's. He's terrible. The gym has got a bunch of losers, and they are going to be evicted. And Ben Stiller has this great gym. He's like all about fitness, and he's like this real jerky guy that's running this like unbelievable gym, and he's going to take them over. And so they get an accountant, which was Ben Stiller's wife. Christine Taylor played the accountant. And they form a dodgeball team because they could win the prize money to save the gym. And
Yeah.
they're playing all these different. And Jason Bateman was in it as one of the play-by-play announcers. And it was and the other guy was the guy, I forget his name. He's so good. He was in Talladega Nights. He plays Will Smith's Will Farrell's dad, and he played the dad in the he was in Office Space. He plays the Gary Cole.
Oh yeah, Gary Cole, great actor.
He plays the other announcer, and the two of them are so good. So there's a scene where they play a German team, and Average Joe's beats them, and he's got a pic. They have a picture of David Hasselhoff, and he takes the picture from them, and he yells at them in German and smashes the picture, and he calls them a disgrace. And it's so funny. You got to watch it. It's only like a minute scene.
I just saw it. He's speaking in German.
Right.
We're all swine.
Yeah, yeah, and he screams at them. It's so funny, David Hasselhoff, and that's what's great about the Steve Square Show. You never know. We go off on David Hasselhoff, teeth. We don't know. We don't know. David WKRP. I'm gonna watch a W. Where is WKRP stream? Where can I watch a W? I mean, I'm sure I could find it anywhere. Is it anywhere?
I believe it is somewhere. Let me see.
Let's tell people where they can catch a W. That's one going to be my people. I want to tell people they have to watch a WKRP episode tonight. WKRP Cincinnati.
I don't know if it's streaming.
I'm going to say that sounds like a Pluto vehicle to me. Sounds like it would be on Pluto. Maybe YouTube Red? Maybe a little Hulu? No?
I knew it was streaming at one time. The trouble with it is that they have the music on and it costs,
Yeah.
they got expensive.
Steve, can I give you the quest? I came up with a question of the day. Can I ask you the question of the day?
Oh, sure, please do.
Okay. So the question of the day, and this is for everyone. You're invited to a pool party. You're invited to someone's house. A pool party.
Mm-hmm.
Do you bring your own towel?
I would say yes.
Steve says, yeah?
Having grown up with a pool in my backyard, even though we do have, I mean, we had some towels, but yeah, it could be
Right.
really,
You think it's a nice gesture when someone's coming over to swim in your pool to bring their own towel?
I would say yes.
I think that's the nice, considerate thing to do, is to not expect somebody to do your towel, your laundry. This way you can do your, maybe bring two. One to dry, or, one's wet, and then you put it in a bag and take it home. Someone's nice enough to invite you to their chlorophyll filled pool. The least you can do is bring a towel. I agree. Now, here's where me and Steve are going to get into it. I'm saving it for the end. Steve's going to get mad at me. And I don't want you... Don't get mad at me, okay, Steve? Okay. Not you. Oh. That was just shout out by the Peanut Gallery. The gyms. Now, hey, Astro can always make an appearance and say hello. He's tired. Aw, I'm sorry. We don't have an Astro appearance.
Let's just stare. Just stare at him. He'll jump up.
Now, he might. You never know on this show who we can get on the show as a guest. We got Steve on the phone. And wait a minute. Wait for it.
Here comes Astro.
There he comes. What's up, buddy? But nobody can see him. Pick him up. I can't. I'm holding Steve. I don't have three hands. I'm holding the phone here. Oh, here, we've got to get a good look at Astro. There he is. Look at this. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face. Hey. Look at that face. Look at me.
Personally. But I am always mesmerized by the pictures of Astro.
Steve always says Astro has these eyes that look through you.
These crazy human-like eyes.
Look, Astro, look.
And they're almost scary. It's almost, I know Jim and Jim.
There he is. That's a great shot.
The eyes are just like...
Oh, look at that look. Oh, hey, Jimmy! There's the gang. Everybody's here. Hey, there's Steve on the call.
Hey, Steve.
Who's the caller there?
There's Jim. Steve, Jim's right there.
I can hear them.
Oh, he said hey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, but he can see you. He's watching the show.
We hijack your show.
Everyone. No, I love it. Come on.
You're delayed, so I have...
Oh, my show is delayed. Well, it's delayed in more ways than one. It's definitely delayed.
It's like watching Stephen A. Smith here. This guy never gets off the screen. It's just Kaminsky on the screen.
There you go. All day.
Over and over and over.
Now let me tell you, Mr. Steven Mandrasina.
I remember when I used to work at Lifetime, Steve.
Yeah.
We always had the TV, and I would always look up at the TV, and they always had like ESPN on, and like all morning I'd work and look up, and like it seemed like, Jesus, Stephen A. Smith never leaves that freaking room. It's like it's always.
I know. He's got like 11. He's got every hour. It's a new show from him. It's like his show from his podcast, his show from his home, his show on the set.
And now it's like, I guess he seems to be preparing to run for some sort of office.
I hear
So
this.
it looks like he's just talking everywhere.
Yes.
Not only ESPN. I mean.
Yes.
You turn on The View. You turn on. He's on everything. You can't get away from him.
It's a little bit Stephen A. Smith overload. Now.
It really is. It might be his doom.
Sometimes you can have a little bit. Yeah, you can be overload a little bit. Now, before I get to the thing in the confrontation with Steve, have you watched any of the Little League World Series?
Oh, there's a Little League World Series. I did not know.
I'll take that as a no. Steve,
I gotta go to work. I can't follow this stuff.
The kids are playing their hearts out. This is my favorite time of year, when the fresh-faced Little Leaguers, or I should say 5 o'clock shadowed 18-year-olds with a wife and kids, are playing in the Little League World Series.
Going back to that poor kid from Staten Island, Danny Rivera, or whatever his name is.
Danny Almonte, who led the Staten Island Yankees Now,
You know, he did look like babyface Finster from the Looney Tunes cartoons.
now,
You open the, you open the room in the bathroom, all of a sudden you see him shave.
the Little League World Series takes a bad rap. They try, and I
Yeah,
love how hard they do. The
yeah,
announcers go bend over backwards. They never like to. And now you can review calls, but you know it's a real kumbaya. They don't like to say the umps made a mistake. They don't like to show up the kids when they make an error. They say, "Oh, that was hit so hard," or that, "Oh, nobody would have come up with that," or it's too good feel for me. I don't live in that world. If I was announcing it, I would be blasting these kids, blasting them.
well, I would just figure well why just blast your reviews on your little theater opuses you're watching.
I don't think I like you calling it a little my little. Don't. This is how Siskel and Ebert started, Steve.
I mean, you're just ready to just I bet you're ready to just throw the book at every Yankee just because there's just a few mistakes.
No, no, no. You know me. I'm easygoing. I was very upset. I heard about that ice cream truck that went up in flames. Did you hear about this?
No,
I think it was a Mr. Softy. Yeah, it was on the Channel 12 News. They have the greatest stories on Channel 12 News. Because
see if it was in Newsday.com. Maybe.
No, I was, when you're in the dentist office and they had Channel 12 on, you get to really see what's going on
Yes,
in your local backyard. And they might say,
that's
there was a
true.
raccoon scene in Amityville. This is the hard hitting stuff that Channel 12 does. And they send some poor news reporter that's 18 years old to go chase a rabid raccoon and interview him. Excuse me, Mr. Raccoon. But I digress. Let me finish as we're coming to a close. I want to just tell you this. Now I know you saw, and you know, or you have obviously know Bill Maher
I do.
now and know him. I don't know if you ever met Bill Maher?
I have not. I've been in the same room as Bill Maher. I have not met Bill Maher.
Right, and I know that your people, work with Bill Maher and such.
I do.
Right. So this is why I'm reference
People.
this is your people. This is why I'm referencing this story. I watched a little bit of the Bill Maher podcast interview with Billy Joel.
Yes.
And I know you might have a little kickback on this, but I see how I see Howard Stern do this too. And this is not, I don't like it. You kiss the ass of who's in front of you and put down other people. So what Bill Maher does is he's talking to him about his music and he's trying to sound so philosophical, like on Billy Joel's level of writing. And he says, your songs and your lyrics are so about something. They mean something. He goes, Elton John, Rocket Man? He goes, and all the science we don't know? He goes, that doesn't even make sense. Of course we know science. So Billy Joel goes, well, a lot of this is metaphorical. It's not necessarily talking about scientists understanding. So but he's doing this over.
Billy is far from perfect.
I know. But I'm saying,
in Goodnight Saigon, he said there was no soft soap. They gave us Bob Hope. I mean,
I get it. But I'm just saying for Bill Maher to take shots, and he took shots at John Lennon too. And he said he took a shot at I forget which Beatles song, but it was either written by McCartney. I think it was written by
I am
McCartney.
the Walrus.
Yes, good. You watched it. And again, Billy Joel was like, sometimes songs are about the sound and what words make sense in the sound.
Exactly.
Not necessarily picking it apart as if it's some kind of speech by a it's sound. And so he's trying to explain, and Bill Maher just keeps ripping other songs apart. Like, well, this song doesn't make, but trying to do it in a kiss-ass way to tell you how great Billy Joel is. And Howard Stern does this all the time. Howard Stern did it with Billy Joel, and he did it with Christy Brinkley. I watched, and remember Billy Joel talked about who Uptown Girl was, because Howard Stern was saying, "Oh, wasn't that about Elle McPherson?" And Billy Joel was like, "No, I started the song about Uptown Girls, plural, but then it was more directed towards Christy." So when he had Christy Brinkley on the show, Howard, and this was after I looked at the dates, he said to Christy, "Were you upset that the song was about Elle McPherson?" And she goes, "No." She goes, "It wasn't about Elle McPherson." She goes, "You know that, Howard." So he tries little things. Howard does this a lot. And I know you like Howard. I like Howard. He's a good interviewer. But he does play this game. And I've seen him do it.
This is what everybody does.
I know, Steve.
You turn on WFAN, for example, since we don't talk about sports.
Right.
It's the same thing.
You're right.
You're being a provocateur.
Right. No, I get it. It's about trying to, even though you know you're trying, I get it. It's good radio, good TV. But I don't have to like it.
These people like to say bad things about the Yankees or bad things about the Mets. They're just saying that to conjure up
100%. 100%. And especially now when you look at social media, they actually had Karl Anthony Towns traded. Somebody put up, people put legitimate, and it looks like real sites. And a lot of them are AI, and so there's a lot of all of this minutia, baiting, clicking, getting eyes on you by controversy. Right. There's no eyes when there's no drama, right? People don't want just nicey nice. Oh, you're great. Everybody's great. Thank you. Next. You got to get in it. I get it. But the way Bill Maher did it, it rubbed me the wrong way. I just didn't like his self-righteous, trying to put, where is he writing songs? Is Bill Maher writing songs? That's all. I think songwriting is very hard. And I think that's one of the most greatest talents somebody could do. I mean, there's comedy, which is hard, but to write a song is not easy. and so for someone to put it down bothers me. That's all. I don't.
Yeah, I totally. I'm not going to disagree with you. You're not.
I know what you're saying. I hear you, but and you saw it, so you know what I'm talking about. You saw you saw a little bit, and I don't think it's necessary. That's not an interview where you're trying to be you're just trying to talk to. It's just having two guys having a chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you want it to be, right? You don't need that. It's going to get eyes on it anyway. Because people want to see Billy Joel and the doc and all of this. It's you're not going to, believe me, you'll get plenty of views. Bill Maher's not hurting for anything. I'm guessing, right? He's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, were you a Bill Maher fan in general? Do you like his show? Do you think his show changed after he had dinner with Trump?
He annoys me.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, there's something about him that's I'm better than everybody. This self-righteousness.
He does put that,
that air, right? There's no.
So if you agree with him, it's great. It's when you don't agree with him that you
right. Right. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like there's this, type of thing. So.
Yeah.
And the other thing, that I'll say this quick on the Howard Stern thing, when he was talking to Billy Joel, he was asking him about what's the song Mama Leone? Moving Out.
I know on the door she said, "Mommy."
Yeah, moving out. Yeah, Mama Leone, Moving Out. And he said, I originally was doing it in a different kind of tempo and sound, and he goes, and the band said to me, that's a Four Seasons or a Beach Boys, sound or whatever they said. And they said, what are you doing? The song sucks.
Not Moving Out.
I think it might have been Moving Out, or it was one of the.
Uptown Girl was the Four Seasons.
No, it was right, but it was the song with Mama Leone, which is Moving Out, right?
That's Moving Out.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I remember they were. But it wasn't a Four Seasons Beach. Whatever they were telling him was the way it was originally done, not now.
Oh no! Oh, I know the story. Yes.
You know what I'm saying.
it sounded the way when he first played
Right.
it, he first wrote it. It sounded just like Neil Sedaka's
Yes.
"Laughter in the Rain."
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was trying
And
to say.
then and then his band said, "Dude, that's
Right.
Laughter in the Rain."
It's exactly. Thank you. So Howard, so he goes, so they go, so Billy's telling the story. He goes, and he's like, my guys were like, yo, wait, this song sucks. This is Howard Laughter in the Rain. So Howard goes, you let them talk to you like that? You let them talk to you like that? So Billy's like, what are you talking about? They're my band. They're my Long Island guy. Like, that's what we, like, Howard has this thing where he again, kiss the ass of the artist and nobody should dare. Like, they're just band people. And when people come on, the stars, and they have a accompaniment, he treats them like he doesn't even want to know their name. Like, I don't know. There's just, he's another one that if you're not a star, you're a peon to him.
He's bringing the provocative.
I get it. You're right. It's trying to drum up and or drum up, to use a term. But it's 7:35. I did a whole show. Steve, this is the first show without Newsday.
You forgot to talk about
I can open it up right now.
Wait, who did I forget to talk about?
Jesus Christ Superstar.
What happened?
Jesus Christ Superstar, the big play in L.A. at the Bowl. It's famous with Adam Lambert and
Is that-
Cynthia.
is that-
Just 3 nights? It's fucking fabulous.
When was it
And
on?
what about
Last
Adam
weekend.
Lambert? I know it. I saw something, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Superstar
Jesus-
performed at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ
for 3
Superstar.
nights.
I did. I watched.
With Adam Lambert?
Cynthia's somebody who's very famous.
Wow.
She was
I
she's
saw Josh Gad was.
Josh. Yeah.
Oh, I love Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Hollywood Bowl.
So
He got
Jesus,
COVID.
Cynthia was
And John Stamos came in and
Wow.
went in and did it.
yeah,
Came
but
there.
then Josh was able to perform the
Oh,
last
he
night.
did the last night?
Yeah,
Yes.
he got COVID free. Yeah.
He got COVID free?
Yeah.
He didn't have to pay for COVID?
So Cynthia played.
It's very funny.
So Cynthia played a queer black Jesus, and the fucking people.
Wow.
Were freaking, I'm sorry.
That's
people
okay.
Are freaking out.
People curse on my show all the time.
Yeah.
Wow. I'll have to see if there's any clips on YouTube.
Tons.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'll see if there's clips on YouTube. I love this. This is such a group show tonight. That everybody helped me out. I got so many people to thank. I got to thank Astro. I got to thank the gyms. I got to thank Steve, of course, for always Steve for coming on. There's so many people to thank, and not Newsday tonight. I was able to do a show without relying on Newsday. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you. You know,
God.
this just shows there's hope for me. I don't need to rely on that rag. What'd you say, Steve?
Every time I see that fun book.
Oh, no fun book tonight? This was just Steve in the Raw. That might be the new show, Steve in the Raw. What do you think?
I know you're
I brought to you by Dumbbells. What happened? Yes. All right, we're going to close shop now. It's after 7:30. We're 7 minutes running. But thanks so much for all of you guys for being a part of the Steve Squared Show. We'll see you next week. We hope the studio's okay. Steve, there's a big shutdown at Govs right now.
Yeah. Next week we'll be doing 5 new play places for indoor fun on Long Island.
That is... Oh, yeah, that's true. I know. Very good.
We're going to go dancing outdoors this summer.
Which... Oh, you saw that? Yes. A little line dancing. I wanted to talk about line dancing, and I'm not talking about cocaine. I'm talking about...
We'll be shopping at flea markets next week.
Oh, I forgot the flea markets. Now, who shops at these flea markets? It's like a rummage sale. It's tantamount. They were talking right. I was going to do the flea. It's like a garage sale. Flea markets. It's one step above a garage sale. I don't want to buy somebody else's used. I don't want to buy somebody else's used pants. $8. I don't want to buy some weird lamp that was from 1978.
They're clean.
They're clean. It's a clean flea market. It's a flea market. I just don't like the name, flea market. Change the name.
Just makes you think, you can be itchy.
It gives me itchy. It gives me the itchies when you say flea market. I feel itchy. Exactly. All right. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go. Thank you, gang. Squares. We'll see you next week, 6:30, Steve Squared Show.